Flamingo chef, show us what you got with cocktails and dishes that hit the sweet spot.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Shrimp and grits. Kansas Flamingo chef, let's do this. Those are fried shrimp, by the way. I know there's a lot of stuff sitting here. And this is a process, okay? And this is my version, my favorite version of shrimp and grits. And there's so many different ways to do it. But I wanted to do my favorite. So let's break this down into parts because there's actually 3 things going on here. You've got grits. Now, if you're that guy and you want to use instant grits, I mean, do what you got to do, but no. These are just old-fashioned grits from Quaker. Okay, there's nothing exciting about it. It's just crushed dried corn. You're going to go 4 parts liquid to 1 part grits. And you're going to stimp them for about 20 minutes. It's a simple process, but it does take time. When the grits are done, I'm actually going to add cheese because I want to add that pop of flavor. There's also butter involved, but I don't have it laying out here. All right. The second part of this is making the sauce. Now, the base of the sauce is going to come from bacon fat. So we've got to add bacon. I also like to add a little more pork flavor with a little andouille sausage, and I happen to have some left over, so let's use it up. We're also going to have vegetables in that sauce. So we've got bell pepper, tomato, onion, and a lemon. Now, the juice of the lemon really brings that flavor out. If you want to add other things to this, like celery or okra, I've seen everything over the years. This just happens to be the way I like it. Then also in that, we're going to need some chicken broth and some seasonings. Included in those seasonings are going to be Louisiana hot sauce, Worcestershire, salt, pepper, and garlic, paprika, white pepper. If you don't have any white pepper and you don't want to go looking for it, don't worry about it. You can use black pepper. It's fine. I just happen to like the flavor. And last but not least, very sparingly, a little bit of cayenne. Then we have a third part, and that's the shrimp itself. Obviously, we need shrimp. This is a pound of small Gulf shrimp that are already peeled and deveined. I didn't want to do all that this morning, so I bought it already peeled and deveined. But there's a couple of schools of thought here. A lot of people like to cook the shrimp in the gravy. Hey, it's great. I'm good with it. I like it. But if you want to give it a little more pop, a little more pizzazz, make it unusual, you flash fry the shrimp and set them on top, and it just sets this dish off. So to do that, we need a little bit of cream, half and half, eggs, because we're going to make an egg wash, flour, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of panko to that. So as I said, there's 3 steps. So step 1, make your grits. While your grits are being produced, go ahead and dice up your vegetables, and we're going to dice those fine. Let's go. To make the grits, we need to do 4 parts liquid to 1 part dry product. Now, you can use whatever liquid floats your boat. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to use in your grits, but I like my grits to have a little bit of creaminess to them. So I've got 3 cups of water, and I'm going to add 1 cup of half and half. Now, I've got a nice hot pan that I'm going to pour this into. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of butter, actually probably 2. And then once that comes to a soft boil, I'll add a cup of grits. The grits are simmering. I've cut up my vegetables. I've cut up some bacon. I took about 4 slices of bacon, turned it into chunks, like so. And that is going to go into the bottom of a pan as we heat it up. I've cut up a link of andouille into just little quarters like this. Now that the bacon's starting to cook, I'm going to add that to the pan. All I'm doing is getting the fat out of the andouille and the bacon to extract that awesome pork fat as a base. Once we get this bacon cooked, we're going to take it out of the pan, reserving the liquid that's in there, and start our vegetables in that. All right, I'm going to take the bacon out of here and the sausage as best I can, and just reserve it. And the reason I'm not pouring it out of the pan is I want the fat, the grease, if you will, still in the pan for the vegetable. Turn the heat down just a little bit. I'm going to quickly deglaze this pan, and you can use anything. I'm just using a little bit of white wine, just enough to break up the stuff that's stuck to the pan, because I want all of that flavor when I put the vegetables in here, which is what I'm going to do now. That's my cut up tomato and onion and bell pepper. I'm just going to move those around in there a little bit. Now we're going to add some spices to this. I'm going to go with a couple of teaspoons of salt, pepper, and garlic, and a little bit of paprika. And we're going to keep those around because we're going to use them again in a minute. Just a tiny bit of cayenne and some white pepper. Okay. Move that all together. Turn the heat up just a bit because we want those vegetables cooked through. And we're going to go ahead and juice our lemon. Juice of about half a lemon. Took the top off the grits. They look fantastic. I've added a little more butter because I like them really buttery. And now we're going to put our chicken stock in here. And I've got not quite a cup left in this container, so I'm just going to use it all. I almost forgot to put the meat back in. Got to do that too. And get all the goodness out of there. All that andouille oil that's released, and let that mix together. Oh, that's pretty right there. I guarantee you that will taste incredible. All right, we're going to let that cook for a little bit. Okay, my grits are done cooking, and now they need a little cheese. So I'm just going to throw a handful of cheese in here. You can put as much cheese as you want. And the nice thing about cheese grits like this is you can set them in the fridge and eat them with breakfast or dinner or lunch or whatever you want, whenever you want. Now, as I said before, you can cook the shrimp right in here if you want, and it's good, but I want to have more pizzazz, so I'm going to put a little vegetable oil in this pan, just a little more than covering the bottom. We're going to flash fry some shrimp. One thing to remember when you're pan frying shrimp, you do have to flip them. Otherwise, you'll have one side that has no browning and might even be a little bit raw. If you're deep frying them, that's a whole separate issue, but yeah, trying to do this my way. All right, that pound of shrimp is almost completely fried, and I used it all because, hey, let's be honest, there ain't anything better than pan fried shrimp. What I don't eat with this, I will eat with something else. Now, we're going to finish this. I told you I had one more trick up my sleeve, and that's probably my favorite part of this whole process. Take those shrimp off. This is the remaining flour mixture from the shrimp. What I'm going to do is get a whisk, and I'm going to sprinkle some of that in here and quickly stir it in. Not very much, but look what happened. Instantly, that went from a liquid to a sauce. Now we can turn this off. Now's the most important part, plating it up. So I'm going to start with some grits. Just get you a good daub here. And then on that, take some of this reduction and just let it fall over. And last but not least, grab some shrimp. And that is my version of shrimp and grits. Till next time, if there's something you'd like me to make, all you got to do is drop me a line, bill@kansasflamingochef.com. Better yet, just comment right here on this video. Let me know what you're thinking. Like, share, and subscribe. It means everything. Eat fabulous. I'll see you on the next one. Happy Mardi Gras.